Yo, what up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. I hope you are all having a wonderful day today. Uh, Let me get some music playing real quick. We already got a couple people in the chat. Amanda says, "What we doing tonight?" Hey, yo, what's up, Amanda? Hope you're having a good day. Today we're gonna be doing props, and actually, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I will have some options for what we can do for props that are contained in the story for Jayvn, and I'll let you guys decide. Manette is here. What's up? What's up? Lily Sapphire is here, and then Kathy is here. Excellent. Hello. I don't know if that means but what's up, everyone? So first off, let's just make sure you guys can see my screen when I share it. You guys see this? So just a little review. What we went over last time. It was supposed to be a prop stream last week, but it ended up being more like an environment because it's weird. This is a prop and an environment at the same time. So we had to fudge it a bit, but yeah, so this is what we worked on last time. I might make a couple of adjustments with the wire tower. I was thinking maybe we add a ladder here for other reasons, but it's not that important. Oh snap, we got Megan in the house. What's up, Megan? So yeah, that is what we're working on. I also wanted to just show this real quick. Some of you guys probably saw it in the Discord. But this is where Enzi is looking so far. This is where he's at. I practically gave him Adidas boots, and I gave him his cloak and everything, and two-tone shirt, and little afro and goggles and stuff like that. So, what do you guys think of Enzi? How's he feeling? To you guys, there is going to be a prop that I put on him. So this is one of the things we can do. So there's, I think, 4 props that we can work on today. So first off, in the story, we're going to need some backpacks. All 4 characters are going to have backpacks. So we're going to need 4 of them. And then we're going to have spray cans. And we're probably just going to have a bunch of those. It could probably just be like a single template that we just change the color of. We are also going to need a taser gun. Is it spelled with Z or S? I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to need a taser gun. And also, we're going to need Enzi's watch. And this is think like a high-tech Apple Watch is basically what we're kind of going for. So I want to leave it up to you guys because there's a lot of options. So you guys want to see backpacks, spray cans, taser gun, or Enzi's watch. Either way is all good. I'll just go with whatever the majority is. And hopefully you guys all pick something similar so it's not like an even split because there's 4 options and 5 of you guys watching on the stream. So yeah. Lily Sapphire says Enzi has a lot of style for sure. Excellent. I'm so glad that you're connecting with that. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. And also, just to give you guys an update on how the comic is going, we have, I think, 3 more pages to do thumbs for. So I'm super excited about that. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of just, we're probably going to need some beta testers. I don't know if that's going to be people on Discord or if it's going to be people in just my personal life and just be like, hey, what do you think? Like my cousins or something like that. Not 100%, but that is something that is going to be the next part of the phase. And then you guys will see me do all the penciling and inking, which is going to take some time because it's a big project. There's also going to be some environment designs that we're going to need to do. I'm going to have to overcome my fear of doing environments, especially on stream. And we're just going to have to make it work. So what do you guys want to do for today, though? That's future stuff. So we got backpacks, spray cans, taser gun, and Enzi's watch. So I don't see any votes here. So you guys got to help me out. What do you guys want to see? What do y'all want to see? In the meantime, I'm going to... Megan says, gosh, that's tough. Gotta make a decision. Gotta make a decision. While we're doing that, I'm going to open up Pinterest. Let's see. As someone that watched live design for workout fashion backpacks for parkour sounds so cool. Okay, that's a good place to start. Some backpacks. All right. Is there a second for backpacks. And the fun thing about that is each character is going to have their own. So Enzi actually already kind of has one already. It's strapped back here, but you can't see a whole lot of it. So naturally, we're going to need to do something there. Um, okay, Kathy is saying backpack, backpack, just with the Dora the Explorer song. Matter of fact, I probably should have been backpack, backpack. Taser gun for Amanda, but backpack is cool too. Okay, so let's see. Backpacks are generally not that challenging of a thing to draw. So who knows? We might even be able to start on the taser gun later on. But based on your guys' vote, it looks like we're doing backpacks. So let's do this. Let's do some Afrofuturistic backpack. I swear I've never Googled this ever, but who knows? Whoa, that's intense. So I'm not going to do something that complicated to draw, but it is pretty cool. I admit. So let's just gather some reference. Matter of fact, what I'll close that up a little bit, and we could definitely take some things from it. You know, I also think it'd be a good idea to, you know what I'll do? I need a screenshot of all four of them just so I can pick out their styles. So let's do this. Do that. And then let's get Enzi's current look right now. Let's close, turn off that layer. Do this, hide that. And when he pops up, oh wait, that's not what I wanted. Wrong screenshot. Wrong screenshot. All right, and then we'll go below. I'll fix his height in just a minute. I'm gonna just plop him on. Okay. Might need to be a little bit bigger as I compare him to Jayvn. There we go. All these guys got some really big feet compared to him. But that's okay. That's all right. So there we go. There's their crew so far. Let's just merge that. That way we'll be able to kind of pick. What I want to do is I want to design a backpack for each style of the characters. You know, I think that'd be cool. I think the taser is going to be the hardest. I wouldn't want to open with myself, to be honest. Fair enough. Open with that myself if I were on stream. Oh, those designs are bold. Look at the spikes. Wrong layer is evolving. He is a tiny guy. No need for much support on those feetsies. You're absolutely right. All right, so let's gather some reference. We're going to design these from scratch. I've never looked anything up for these backpacks in particular, so this is going to be fun. Whoa, look at that. Is this AI? That's got to be saved somewhere. I don't know where that's going, but it's got to show up somewhere. This is also pretty cool. I kind of like this. Now, the purpose of these backpacks is to basically carry their spray cans, right? So they're trying to, go tagging basically, and they need something quick to work with. Now, Enzi is going to need something that is a single strap. So, futuristic backpack, single strap. Let's see. And by the way, can you guys hear the music? Is it all right for you guys? Is it too loud? No one said anything, but I just want to double check. Because for me, it's fine. But, I like to check in with you guys from time to time. Oh, is this a single strap? Oh, this is cool. This could work for Enzi. Yeah. Now, the other thing, the reason I think we can actually get through all four of them today, because I'm not really like I won't say I'm not gonna say I don't care, but these are such small things in the world. I don't know how many shots it's even gonna show up in, but they definitely need to be drawn and designed. So and they need to fit the world. I think that's the key thing. Oh, these shoes would have worked for NZ actually. I'm gonna plop that into the shot boxes work too. Um this is actually interesting. I could see Cairo using something like this, maybe. Ah, here we go. This is definitely the shape of what Enzi has right here. It's quiet on your end. Okay, so let me turn up the music just a little bit. If it gets too loud, just let me know. I'll be happy to change it. Yeah. So let me type in hip hop backpack because that's part of the style that we're going with. Let's see. These are kind of funky. Wait, is this Wakanda? No, it just says Disney bag. That's Star Wars here. But I was like, is that? I was looking at this green one. I was like, that's kind of cool. So it looks like as far as backpack goes, the backpack goes is just going to be style. I do like this design though. That's pretty funky. All right. I think we got enough to work with after this. So cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move the references over here and we're going to create our little mood board. Let's move this on top. See if I can. One thing about me that's kind of annoying, I try and make it so that it's like perfectly squared off. So let's see if we can match that. There's no actual reason for it. It's just purely like OCD reasons, I guess. I'll make that smaller. By the way, guys, I am aware that next week is Easter Sunday, and I know sometimes people have dinner with their families and stuff like that. So, you guys, admittedly, are the biggest part of the audience. So, let me know if I should stream next week or not. Um, I will say this though: the week after next, I believe I'll be out of town, so I won't be streaming 2 Sundays from now. So just let me know in the chat what you guys prefer. Okay, so if you want some time with your family or just a break from watching me, which is totally fine, I get it, then just let me know in the chat and I can do something different. All right, cool. We got our backpacks and we got our crew. Everybody's looking pretty sharp. I'm really excited to get going on this. Next thing, let me just save this in my my computer. Props, and then Cipher 1 backpack. All right. Now we can get to the fun stuff. Let's start drawing. Now, one thing that I'm going to have to keep in mind, just kind of intuitively, is scale. I don't want to have a backpack that is so far removed. So let me do one other thing. I'm going to get Jayvn and Zalam because they're the only two characters who have turnarounds. So I'm going to grab Jayvn real quick. And I'm just going to do like a side view. Grab the side view just so I have a reference for the height of these. This might even be overkill, but I do what I want. So it's my project. Okay, rasterize layers. So let's just crop that out. And then Jayvn, he doesn't need all of these. I can say that. And then take this and move them on over. All right, so purely for scale reasons, so I can measure that up later on, but I don't need it right this second. All right. My family will probably want to spend the evening together. Having no Joe McFo show for 2 weeks in a row will be sad, though. I understand. I understand. I will be sad, too. I will be sad. But best believe, guys, just because I'm not on the stream does not mean Shadowboxers is not still being developed. Trust me on that. It is my my number one priority outside of making a living. So yeah, when it comes to art. So trust me. Let me grab my hand's kind of oily. I need to grab my my glove. All right, good to go. Let's roll. All right, so we got these backpacks here. Right now, we're just going to worry about shapes. So let's start with Jayvn. Okay, so we're going to start with Jayvn's backpack. Because he's doing a lot of the powers and stuff, or he's the only one with powers, he's going to need a 2-strap backpack for sure. So we can, and let's see how we can match the shape language with him, actually. So let me take off crew and let me put Jayvn back here. A lot of his shape language is built off of triangles. So maybe what I can do is kind of do something like this. Kind of make it more triangular here and up here. I guess like a rhombus or something. I feel like you or we are doing more than ever in a way, though if I got into nuances of that, I'd spoil things. What do you mean, like doing the props to the backpack? What do you mean? Okay, so it's going to need some pockets. We can actually design the pockets to look something kind of like his jacket, like they were the same brand that made him. So we could do something like this. So that shape is exactly the shape right here I'm thinking about. And we can come in and even mimic the shape of his jacket a little bit. I mean, like the scope of what we're looking at / planning right now. I know you've always been working hard on it, and I'm not trying to count the hours or anything like that. Oh no, if we count the hours, it would just be, I don't even know where I would start because I've been thinking about this project since I was like 14 years old, but in a very different context. The story was so different. It's not even worth telling you guys. because it's nothing like what I have here. Um, but yeah, if I count the hours, it would be overwhelming. Because I don't just like work on this when I'm sitting here drawing. It's in my thoughts all the time, and I'll be having conversations with people. Like even sometimes my mom will have, we'll be having a conversation, and she's like, "Oh, you could use it for shadow boxers." Or sometimes I'm in church and I hear an idea, and I'm like, "Oh, that would be really cool." Like there have been times where I've literally taken my phone out and written notes down because of something that was said in the sermon. So um, I try not to do that often, but it's happened before. Okay, so this is kind of a cool backpack right here. Put the zipper in this area. Let's make that a little darker. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about things like, water cases or something like that, but I could put a little, like, they have that little side pouch thing. Actually, maybe I should have a side pouch because that way I can show one of the spray cans in here. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like this is something that he would do because I think it's just logical to do something like that. Okay. Um, kind of liking. I really like how these designs are glowing out here. So let's look at this. Looking cool so far. Thank you, Kathy. I kind of want to hear what it used to be. Maybe I'll put that in the future art book or something. Because what I would honestly, I only remember bits and pieces of it, but I have an original notebook somewhere, like a composition notebook that has the idea for it, and I think it's at my mom's house. So maybe one day I'll be willing to share it. But if I'm gonna share it, I gotta do it justice. But suffice to say, like at that time, I wasn't really much of a storyteller. I knew I wanted to be someone who could create something that was epic, right? I wanted to create, my own version of Avatar. Hydration check number one. I wanted to create my own version of that, and so, that obviously inspired it. But it was, I'll say this: Shadowboxers originally was something that took place more in like the distant past. Part of the reason for that was because I really was into shows like Samurai Champloo at the time, and obviously the show I just mentioned. And then there's one other thing. Oh, Jack and Daxter. Is that one? I can't remember if that was a hydration check. But those stories, at least the initial versions, all took place way back then, and so I wanted to kind of have my own version of that. But as the story developed, as I figured out the aesthetic that I wanted, I was like, it doesn't make sense for it to be taking place in the past like that, technologically speaking. So I decided against it. We can take some of that. Actually, I should go back here and figure out what's going to glow too. At this, and then we can have an outline here. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Have the thin lines be the glowing ones. Okay. So Jayvn, lots of triangles and lots of diagonals. That's the key with him. So I think I'm going to aim for like 3 to 4 sketches of each one, of each person's backpack, and then we could pick something based off of the final, off of what we choose. And then the other cool thing, because of the way we're going about this, I don't think I need to do a clean line drawing like I do the characters here. I can just have it be a very, quick, dirty sketch, and that'll work just fine. When we worked on a mini intro version of it for storyboarding, the idea was pretty vague. I remember, distant past and also crystals, haha, and a boy on a journey. It came into its current form, I would say, around 2019 or so. Slightly earlier, I would say 2018 to 2019 is when it really kind of came into being, because I did my midpoint review for it when it was my thesis project. I did my midpoint review December of 2018, which is the same month that Spider-Verse came out. So, and before then, I kind of been, concepting ideas for it. But yeah, I would say 2019 was probably the biggest year for it, because that's when I created these designs. Like, believe it or not, this drawing is from 2019. It's pretty old. And so now we're finally getting it to a place where the story is like ready to be told. And at least on a macro scale, right? There's all these things I'm still learning how to do for it that I think will really make it really pop. But overall, I have 5-season outline for it, or 5-volume outline. I don't know how long that's going to take. Probably a couple of years, admittedly. But my biggest goal, and I was talking with Kathy about it earlier, my biggest goal is to be able to finish the story, because there's some projects that don't have that luxury when it comes to creating a show, and that's the one hesitation I have right now. Yeah, it's the one hesitation, but you never know. Opportunities might come up, and it might work out. It might work out. Careful with the hydration checks. I'm drinking sweet tea tonight. You're going to give me diabetes. Well, hey, the hydration check I've always said is water. The fact that you're drinking sweet tea is your business. That's funny. This is kind of cool. I actually kind of like this one. I don't know if does it fit for Jayvn? Could Jayvn rock this? Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. It doesn't quite match his shape language completely, but it's not a necessity. It's just like, just is what it is. I kind of like this one. This one is pretty insane to me. So let's do an iteration of that. This one's kind of square. I'm gonna make it sort of like the second one that we just did. I'm just gonna make it a little like a cutoff triangle, like that. Actually, I just thought of something. We can do something with the insignias. So you guys might recognize these. Where are they? So we have insignias for all the regions of the Shadowboxers world. I think Jayvn could rock this. I mean, he basically has the blue powers. So let's see if we can incorporate that somehow. So even with this design, is there a way, maybe something like this? It might take away from the original, what I was trying to do. That's okay. I could do another sketch with just that. With TV, OMG, I can't type. With TV, would you want it to be hand-drawn? I was sad at first X-Men wasn't hand-drawn, but after seeing the first 2 episodes, I was more than okay not having hand-drawn. That's a good question. I'm okay if it's not hand-drawn. I would prefer it to be. The thing is, my story is so complex, and the character designs are pretty complex, that it might be difficult to have it be hand-drawn. Like I feel like I would probably make a few animators hate me because of it. Um, but it is something that I really appreciate. I guess the biggest thing for me is making sure the colors look right. I think that's the number one concern when it comes to shadow boxers and making something that feels right. Is it's got to be something that is vibrant and bright. Something like the Ninja Turtles was the Rise of the TMNT. I think is that it? The animated show. I might be wrong. Yeah. Okay. So like, see how vibrant these are. Like, I would need something that's bright like this with the colors because it just wouldn't work. So the designs, obviously are different. One thing I do like about some of these digital projects, though, is how clean the lines are and how thick the black lines can get. I really love that aesthetic. I actually also like it in Samurai Champloo. If you guys look at some of the stills, um, or even their posters, you could see that occasionally, like on Jean's arm right here, it's got this really thick outline. But in some of the other areas, it's really thin. Even and they switch it up in the show. I don't know if there's a frame I'll be able to find where it has that, but the look of that has just always been really really nice for me. So yeah, for me, I feel like I've really felt the current era of SB when I saw your pilot script. I have certain eras in my own long-term works. That's a good point. Yeah. You've seen so much of it that it actually I almost forget like how much of it that you have seen it develop so you guys may or may not realize Megan was in my class when I was building shadow boxes. Like she saw the first versions of Aletha and like gave feedback on it, and Jayvn and Atana. So like Megan and Kathy in particular have seen this whole thing develop from, you know, the early sketches, with the exception of the stuff I did in high school. The exception of those things, they've seen every bit of it. Kind of like this right here. These little, I don't know what to call these. These little, what's that game where it's like it's the airplane and you're just shooting? Is it asteroids? I think it's asteroids. Yeah, a little asteroid symbol, symbol in here. Yeah, from like the 80s. That's watered down tea blasphemy. Is that a hydration check? I don't know, because depending on who you think of, the light symbols as bag designs is so good. I'm a blasphemous water drinker, anyways. I'm so glad you like that idea. I think this would be fun. I think we could definitely incorporate this somehow. Like, I actually think we combine all three of these elements and create a perfect backpack for Jayvn. Did someone say thick, bold outlines? I guess so. Galaga? No, not Galaga. I know Galaga, but I'm talking about. Oh, wait, let's see. I'm pretty sure it's asteroids. Yeah, this game right here. The version I remember playing was a slightly more advanced one. This is a little old school. Um, so I don't know if you guys remember the Sidekick phones when they first came out. You guys remember Sidekicks? I swear, they were the coolest looking phones ever. You just flip them, and like people would break this. I remember, and Dwayne Wade had one. I remember back in like 2006, 2007 era. And I used to take my mom's, when we would drive to and from school and stuff, and I would just play asteroids on there, and I thought it was the coolest thing. But I think they need to bring back phones like this because it's so sick. I didn't think it was an Iowa reference until you said it, and now it is. All right, that means it's another hydration check. Well, I think we're on 4, maybe 4, I guess. By the way, Sawyer and Noximation, thank you for coming on the stream. I appreciate you guys very much. I just realized I didn't even say hi to y'all, and y'all helping me get my viewership up. Asteroids. All right, let's see. Let's take these 3 designs and work with them. So I really like the shape of number 2 here. I like the design of this, and I like the side pockets here, so I can just include that in in these other versions. So let's take that. So let's pretend there's a little spray can here. To the untrained eye, could just look like a water bottle, or maybe not the untrained eye, but someone who's just not close enough. There'll be one on the other side too. And then let's see. I also kind of like the shapes in the first one. So let's see what happens if I kind of point it a little bit more. And then I'm going to remove the design here. And just plop this in. Let's do a little warp. And actually, I'm going to copy this again. If I don't have to redraw something, I usually won't. Let me see. Just want to see how the cut was made. So let's try this. Let's merge down. Okay. And then maybe instead of the asteroid stuff here, I can do something like, something like this. Maybe. Like I said, we're designing Jayvn's backpack for those of you who are just coming in. So we're just trying to see what we can do to make it connect with his character design so it feels more complete, you know? Oh, I missed a lot. Of course, Stud. Thanks, dude. Nah, the Razer phone was the phone to have. The Razer was cool for being thin and having it be very satisfying when you hang up. But outside of that, there was nothing to it. The side could you literally spin with your finger, and there's a whole keyboard, and you can spin it back. Like, it was the coolest thing. 3D Toon Shade is just tough. Some work, some doesn't. Spider-Verse, yes, Drink, and Arcane look great, though I do wonder how people in the future will think about how Arcane looks. I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think it'll remain beautiful. It's just it's such a graphic show, and I say graphic. Well, it is violent, but that's not in the sense that I'm using it. I mean graphic in the term that it's just very bright, vibrant, very shape heavy, that kind of stuff. I should draw a Shadow Boxer character. Do it, please. If you do it, tag me, please. I would love to see it. I will repost it. My leg is getting numb. The diabetes is getting me. Be safe out there. Do it and show us an exclamation. Yeah, agree with Kathili. Execute Order 66. No, don't do that. Something like Blue Eye Samurai, that other hybrid one, not quite there. Blue Eye was pretty. I haven't actually seen that one yet. I know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, I think overall they do have a ways to go. Like Dragon Prince is another one that's kind of hybrid that is hit or miss. And the designs of the show look beautiful. I actually have the art book in my shelf. But as far as, the realism and everything like that, or not the realism, but the way they're doing things, it feels very choppy at times, and it does break the immersion, I think. So that's kind of unfortunate. Well, I should mimic this shape here. I should have it be like this. Matter of fact, Noximation, if you join the Discord, I posted a link in the description of the video. If you join the Discord, I posted the character designs And I think it's the behind the scenes uh, channel, so you could use that for reference if you like, or you can make up your own. Uh, totally up to you. We've gotten fan art from several people. We've gotten fan art from Annette. We got it from Nandy. We've got it from Mark. Several others too. So you definitely do that if you want. Yes, Dragon Prince is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it's choppy, especially season 1 is really choppy. I think Arcane will always work because it's still very stylized, over realistic. Yeah, I think so. Blue Eye is pretty. I don't know if that stuff that makes it looks clearly 3D tuned just bugs me because I'm old and used to how 2D hand drawn animation looks. I think there's probably a balance between the two. You know, it's tough because I like the 2D look so much, but I also see how it can be limiting and probably not very cost effective. So it is what it is. Amanda says, unpopular opinion, I don't like the Dragon Prince. Are you talking about the story or the artwork for it? So let's clarify. To be fair, I'm a relatively okay with Dragon Prince. I like the artwork a lot, and that's why I got the book. Believe it or not, there was a particular design that inspired a scene. I really liked, I think there was like the Sun people or something, or I can't remember who it was, but one of the characters in there definitely inspired a scene. I took like the cloak and everything. It was just perfect for it. Okay, is this working? Is this really working for me? I think in order for this to work, I need to have this mirrored. So let's have that shape. This thing looks like it has cat ears on it, so I need to adjust that. I know that's the strap, but maybe I'll just get rid of the strap here. I'll put it like this. And I do like this shape. I might be messing it up a little much. Let me see. Okay, that's actually getting somewhere. This triangle. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I might end up making that flat again here. Both the story and the animation. Okay, all right. Let me see. With Arcane, I wonder how the hand-drawn textures on the models will hold up. I think it looks great, but people in the future may think it looks like Toy Story's early CG rendering style looks to us now. I mean, maybe. I think it's hard to predict, because things are a product of the time that they're in. We're limited to the technology we currently have, and it very well could look like that, but it could also still be very groundbreaking. Because honestly, the way I see it, it's usually the story that carries people through. There's some things that I've seen and read and watched, and the artwork is beautiful, but the story is absolutely horrible. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, the show Velma looks beautiful to me. I really like the stylization. I like some of the animation. But the content itself, the writing, it's literally rated as the worst show on IMDb. It's got a 1.7 out of 10 and somehow got a second season. Well, actually, I know exactly how, because people hate watched it. People were like, I'm going to watch it just to see how bad it is. And then they got a second season. So congratulations. You played yourself. Okay. Kind of liking where this is heading. It's kind of got a fun structure to it. We're still taking from this third design. We got the structure mix of these, the first and second. Kind of feeling it. Still feel like there's something missing. I'm gonna keep playing with it. But going back to Dragon Prince, I think so. I haven't seen the most recent season. I watched up to season 3, and then there was a big hiatus, and I hadn't seen anything after that. So I can't speak for those moments. I do like the the overall characters, but there are some parts of the story that are that I don't remember being super impressed by, or I remember not being super impressed by. Like it just felt kind of run of the mill, but you know, it is what it is. I'm glad that they're getting their show made, and I'm glad because they're a small studio making it. They're working in almost entirely in house, which I think is very impressive. The Sun Elves are cool though. Yeah, it might be the Sun Elves I'm thinking of. Actually, the concept is good, but the execution, I feel like the story would move forward, but nothing has happened for 3 seasons. That makes sense. Okay. Yo, if SB could have Freak of the Week music video style 2D animation over 3D background, I'd be so stoked. That will be pretty cool. Let me Freak of the Week. I forgot about that. I'm the Freak of the Week. Yeah, I remember you showing me that. Let me see. So Megan, you can give some background on what this animation is. 3D backgrounds. Yeah, I never really looked at the 3D backgrounds here, but it does look pretty cool. I think I would like for Shadowboxers to look something like Atlantis, the Disney movie Atlantis, with the backgrounds, how how graphic it is and how shape inspired it is. I could see that working really well for this. Yeah, and the character designs are pretty stylized. Like I just think that's such a beautiful looking film, and I think they meshed the CG and the 2D animation really, really well. Of course, I don't have a Disney movie budget by any means, but if I were to pick a style that would really sing with Shadowboxers, I think it would be something like that. If it had to be 3D, I would probably want to look like Arcane, but again, I want it to be a 2D animated show. No, it's 5 seasons of Dragon Prince now. The story is flat. I expected more from Aaron Ehas. Oh, wow. Okay, so I missed 2 whole seasons. I'm not even sure. For those who haven't seen it before, I'll put it in the Discord. Yeah, Megan, thank you. Put it in the Discord. So real quick, guys, what do you think of the backpacks? We got 4 options here. Very curious to hear everyone's thoughts on this. Yeah, so with the 4th one, I tried to combine elements of the first 3, and there's still areas I could clean up. I could still maybe perfect how these things are going to look here. But yeah, share with me what you guys think. That would be gorgeous. Atlantis is such a distinct visual. Yeah, it really is. I've always been a fan of that movie, and I think it would look really, really amazing if we could put Shadowboxers in a world that's kind of built like that in terms of the visuals, right? Yeah. So you guys tell me what you think. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to start working on Zalam's backpack. So let me pull him up. His turnaround. And I'll leave Jayvn's on the screen for you. Let me, what's the best way to do this? I should make Jayvn's a little smaller and turn his layer off and move Z way up here. And the symbol right over her. Let me save this real quick. Kathy says, I'm feeling 2 and 4. They're looking awesome. I think 2 and 4 are my favorites. Okay, so we got 2 votes for 2 and 4. Excellent. So let's mark that. 2 and 4. All right. I had a bit of a crush on Kita. Oh, I see. Yeah, everyone has a crush on Kita. Everyone has a crush on Kita and Chell from The Road to El Dorado. I like the angles of 1 and 2. I like the others for the shapes, but the roundness doesn't match, in my opinion. I think the shallow shape is great to include, but could be a little bit more stylized. Okay, that's totally fair. So we got, you said 1 and 2 for the shapes, but the roundness. The roundness of which one, Megan? Just so I know what you're talking about. You're talking about 3 and 4, the roundness there. So it seems like 2 is the favorite. 2 seems to be the favorite. All right, so let's start with Z's backpack. All right, so Zalam, he has a lot of zigzags in his stuff. Let me do like a purple for him. He has a lot of zigzags on his hair, and the Z. So let's see if we can use that as a basis for him. With him being skinny the way he is, I kind of envision him having a slightly taller backpack, maybe like this first one. So let's try that. Okay. I actually kind of like how these are zigzagging a bit. Wait, did I get that right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this one, let's just move these down a bit. So I admit, originally I was going to make these a little more on the generic side, but then I thought about it and I said, no, I'm going to make life harder for myself. And honestly, I think these are pretty simple to draw. Like it's not that difficult, you know? So like doing this, I don't like number 2, for example, if I went with it, is not going to be that big of a stretch, I think. The roundness of 3 and 4, yes. I think 4 with some sharpened angles would be great. Okay, 4 with sharpened angles. I actually feel like it's mostly pretty sharp, honestly, with the exception of this centerpiece. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's just do something like this. I think that circle might just be the only real thing that was really giving it that feeling. Although that right here in 2. Something like that, maybe. Just realized I probably should have done this as a 5th drawing, but whatever. Switching to my laptop because I can't deal with this phone tonight. I like 2 because it feels like it has weight. Nothing about shadow boxers is generic. I appreciate that, Amanda. Thank you. Looking at some Atlantis clips, the 2D 3D integration holds up really well. It does. It really, really does. I'm still impressed with the ballroom scene and Beauty and the Beast animation. Yeah, that's what. How old is that? That's got to be like 30, 32 years old now, right? So, and obviously they made it before then because the movie came out in 92, I think. Or was it 91? The movie came out in 91. So, yeah, they made that in the 80s. That's really impressive. So, Amanda says she likes 2 because it has weight. I think that's more of a shape thing, like the way the shapes are. I don't know if that's a design thing. So let's try this. Let's take this design. I'm pausing on Zalam for just a second. Let's take this and let's just delete all of that inside. And then we're going to take this and just kind of build off of it. There's some things that are going to need to be a little warped. So what do you guys think of the top section, though? I'm actually curious about this right here. Do you prefer the kind of more angled one like this, more triangular, or more kind of squared off? What do you guys think? Because that's going to determine quite a few things about how I draw this. The other reason I'm trying to make these backpacks less on the generic side is because that's what makes props exciting, is when you can give everything a little bit of character, when they fit in the world, you know? So, so yeah, that's, I guess this kind of addresses Amanda's comment about nothing in shot boxes is generic, which again, I very much appreciate that. But yeah, I don't want to do something boring, you know? Boring is boring. So why not? Like, I have this world here that I'm working with that has a lot of potential to do something really, really fun and different. So I want to take the time out to just, you know, make some funky designs, even if it takes an hour or two to work them out. Like, I could always build off on these as samples. Plus, they'll look cool in an art book. They'll look very cool. I think it would depend on the character who's carrying the backpack. This is Jayvn's. You might have missed that. This is Jayvn's backpack right here. I like the angular, matches the angles on Jayvn's jacket. Okay, excellent. I appreciate that. So let's do this. First off, let's merge these layers. But Amanda, you make a good point. It does depend on the character of who's wearing it to know whether or not it really matches. You're absolutely right. Bam. All right. What do you guys think of this one? Might move this here. It's going to have two straps. But we got Jayvn's backpack like this. Actually, maybe it doesn't glow here. It can match the Shiloh insignia if you have it this way. Keep that plane still going down like that. But I think it works based on how I'm seeing these. And I can even create just a little bit more division here. So we have everything on this plane going kind of flat, and then it starts to curve here and curve here, and curve there. Megan says, I like it a lot. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Jordan, really thinking about that art book. And yeah, I must have missed that when I switched platforms. And yeah, if it's Jayvn's, I'm liking it. You know, he's a rich kid when his backpack matches his clothes. That's hilarious. That's awesome. That's a cool guy's backpack. Oh shoot. Okay, I think we found our match then. Jayvn, this is yours, buddy. This is all you. I'll put a little star next to this one, or a circle. We have completed Jayvn's backpack. Now, again, what I can do later on is do like a slight cleanup, but nothing as crisp as what I do for my character designs. This is honestly probably enough for me to work with right here. But yeah, so that took about an hour, I guess. A little less than an hour, maybe. So let's see what else we can do with the backpacks. Okay, so got this. We don't need this insignia anymore, so I'm gonna delete that layer. Delete this. All right, so let's actually just darken that bit so we can see it. So, like I said, Zalan's backpack is going to be a little bit more based on, like, I guess this zigzag. But he's got to look cool because he's the cool older cousin that Jayvn looks up to. So we got to find a way to make that work. One thing I can think of right now, I can give him straps on here that kind of mimic the look of his hair. Just small little detail, but I think it could work. The other thing was Zalam. He seems like the type of person to me who would write his name on his backpack. So I might take something like this right here, like the writing, and put that on. So maybe not the whole thing, but I might do like a. How's it looking? This thing I might do something like I could easily see him doing something like this, or there we go, like right in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he's got a lot of this in there. It's basically took Harry Potter's scar, I guess. Now, the other thing that I could do is incorporate things like his tattoos, because this is a pretty cool shape right here. So I could always, like that point. I might actually mimic that with the backpack. Maybe instead of having this top, I mimic that with Jayvn's, so I can have the same kind of roof, I guess. I don't know what this part of the backpack is called. I'm just gonna call it a roof. We can't guarantee $50 million for a TV show, but an art book is a very nice way to know your concept art will go somewhere. My art. Yeah, I've always wanted to make my own art book, and especially with shadow boxers, because this is my baby, and it's something that a lot of other people seem to appreciate. So my goal, to be honest with you guys, is to put something together, an art book together, and also have behind the scenes stuff for these initial prequel comics, the Cypher series, and then put it out. But I don't know when that would be, but that's a goal that I have. True, Megan, and I can buy that. I can't buy $50 million. Most of us can't. I can't. What was that design you initially wanted to put on Salam's jacket? It was some kind of animal, right? A scorpion? Oh, yeah, it was a scorpion. I think that was a suggestion from Mark, if I'm not mistaken. Salam is tagging even his backpack the menace. Yeah, that's something we did when I was in school. Like, I remember there was a kid named Cameron, and he bought this backpack. It was all white, and he brought these Sharpies, and he said, everyone just draw on it. And so we spent lunchtime drawing on his backpack, and it was pretty cool. It was just like his own thing, and it was a lot of fun. Do you have other babies, or is Shadowbox his only child? Pickman. Pickman is one of my babies too. I've recently been encouraged by several people to continue developing it because it just seems fun. I never really thought about it like that, but if other people want to see it, I'm like, why not? I could see what happens when I develop it a little further, make it a little comedy, action comedy thing. It definitely wouldn't have the same depth as Shadowboxers, I will say that. This is like the mature show, I guess. But Pickman would just be something that I think would be fun. Not sure how I feel about this anymore. This doesn't feel like it's working. I don't know. I'll leave it there for now. But there's something about that I'm not fully invested in. Or actually, maybe instead of that, I'll take the design of his tattoo, kind of plug it in. Yeah, here we go. We'll have to create a decal for his thing. Actually, he wouldn't. I don't think he would write his whole name. I think he would just his government, his government name. I don't think he would do that. When I was a kid, I remember not realizing that rappers actually had real names, and they didn't. They weren't born being named 50 Cent. But I was confused. I was like, well, does anyone know their real name? Like, what is it? I thought it was such a mystery. And then I find out that everyone knows what their real name is. I might have been like 10 by the time I figured it out. And like I remember there was times where they would say their names on a record, and I was like, oh, the secret's revealed. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Come to find out, no one really cared. Pickman and Fufu. Well, Fufu is part of the Shadow Boxers universe. um, so yeah, he'll have his own spinoff, I guess. Let's see. Trying to get that tattoo design kind of embedded in here. And then it's going to need some straps. And opening. So we'll say this is the opening right here. I think this shape actually matches well with his vest that he's wearing. I mean, now we have real mysteries in several streamer cases nowadays. You were just ahead of your time. That's awesome. Kids think such silly things. When I was little, I saw a clip of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. A dude got killed, and I knew it was a movie, but thought he was so devoted to art. Oh, there's more. There's got to be a part 2. Actually, I'm curious. Everyone in the chat, put something. Tell a story about something silly that you believed when you were young. Megan's technically going first, so I'll go second. One thing I believed when I was young, I didn't know that reruns existed. And so I thought whenever I would watch like Drake and Josh or something like that, that the actors would lose weight or change their haircut or do something and react in the exact same way that they did before. And like, I just thought about that. That's how they did it till I was maybe like 9 or 10, like, and realized, oh, it's a tape and they're just playing the recording. Oh, I see. So yeah, that's what I thought. Part of me is drinking water to kind of quench my hunger, kind of quell my hunger a little bit. I'm very much in need of dinner. Yeah, so this is some llams here. I don't know if I should connect it or not. I feel like it needs some more uniqueness. Some little triangles up here, maybe. This could actually work. Some little, just little itty bitty triangles. I feel like the lightning bolt shape could kind of be saved for the Z, and we're getting the diagonals in other places, so I think it should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so we got that one right there. What else can we do with him? I thought that in the olden days the world was only black and white. You know what? There's something from a show or a movie where they thought the same thing. What was it? Oh no, it was Calvin and Hobbes. That's what it was. And Calvin and Hobbes, he asked his dad, uh, like what happened with like why was TV black and white back then? And he said, well, it's simple because everything in the world then was like in black and white, and so they could film in black and white. But then they developed color on film, and then our world became like he was super confusing. Megan probably knows exactly which one I'm talking about. Megan, to be fair, Brandon James, think that was his name, really did die while filming the Whoa, really? When I was a kid, I thought cartoons were a form of live action. I thought it was just some weird costume. That's awesome. Brandon Lee. Wow, Brandon Lee. Is that Bruce Lee's son? Because I know Bruce Lee's son died, I think. And he played them in the movie. I might be wrong, but I don't know. I believed TV was a full-on portal to different worlds, and if you got the glass off, you could teleport. That's actually a pretty cool concept. I like that. Well, I thought my mom was trying to wait. What? You thought your mom was trying to kill you because she braided your hair so tight? Oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. I was about to say you probably shouldn't have put that in two separate messages because I got freaked out. I was like, what? What is the tea on this story? But yeah, when you're young, when you're a kid, and someone is braiding your hair too tight, it's brutal. Because that happened to me. I would cry. It would hurt so much. Like you guys saw that image I did of Kayla being having her hair braided by a Tana, and Kayla's like freaking out. She's like, you know, that's real. I have been in that situation, and it is awful. It is not fun. It is not fun. Okay, so I'm gonna take a cue from this right here, this backpack on the top. Let's see if we can create something with it. I kind of like how it's kind of breaking the edges a bit, but it might be a little odd. I don't know. I know it's off center, but these are just quick concept sketches, so it's okay. Trying to go for like something a little stronger, but it might be feeling a little too boxy at the moment. So let's curve this. That was an accident, not him being so dedicated to his art that he willingly died to get the shot. That's insane. I don't know if he was related to Bruce Lee, but yeah, there was a big shootout scene, and they thought all the bullets were blanks, but turns out there was some live rounds, so he really got shot and died. Wow, that is horrible. That's horrible. It's the baby hairs in the back of your neck that really hurts. Oh yeah, black people call that the kitchen. I don't know why, but that's what that's called. This area right here. Yeah, that's the kitchen. That's the one you hate. That's not a fun one. Um, I also thought seahorses were way bigger than what they actually are. Like the 70s Aquaman seahorse. That's amazing. I must say I learned to be real gentle when brushing hair. Mom would comb curly hair with one heavy hand. Yeah, I think that comes from lack of patience because you're trying to get them ready for school or something and you just end up, pulling their hair out. So, yeah, I think that's probably what happened there. Um, get the straps here. Hmm. I think I'm gonna have to create some decals for him for Zalam, but I'm not sure I'm feeling any of these. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a particular lean towards any of these designs for Zalam's backpack? If so, let me know. Hey, that rhymed. Let's see. Let's study him a little closer. He's got a couple diamond shapes on him. As I look at him again, I'm looking at the rear view. We got this. Oh, let's change that up. We got this color or shape here. We got this. Got this. This is a diamond. And actually, even these, I think, were inspired by more diamondy shapes. And then we got the zigzags. But this is still kind of, it's got that motif. Okay. Okay, so with that then, let's see if we can create something that has more of a diamond look. I like the first, but the design matching his tattoos are a really good detail. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So I assume you're talking about the design in 2, like taking parts of that. Let's see. Let's match his backpack with Jayvn. Matter of fact, let's just cheat entirely. And we're just gonna steal the whole freaking shape. And we're going to we're just going to take out this right here. We can get rid of this on the side. We don't need that. I wish Photoshop had a colorize or like Clip Studio did, where all you have to do is, or convert to drawing layer. That's what I mean. Convert, yeah, color to the drawing layer. That'd be a nice touch. Okay, so we can do something similar, but let's change up the design a bit. Both the styles of 1 and 2 together. Awesome. Okay, excellent. If anyone else has other opinions, please share. You guys always heard me say I don't think I am someone who likes to think all my ideas that have to go. So if you guys have a thought about how to make a cool looking backpack, let me know. This is looking kind of cool, though. I do like this. We can probably have a couple of bits of green on here if we wanted. Let's see. Oh snap, look who is here. Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello. Yeah, I gotta do it in the Willy Wonka voice because that's where I know it from. Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello. You guys remember that? Johnny Depp, 2005? Yeah. What else did I think? This is also Aquaman related. I thought Black Manta lived in my neighbor's pool and I was scared to go over there to swim. Oh, wow, that's traumatic. That's very traumatic, actually. Okay, so let's actually take this and plug this in right here. Or even this would look cool. Just fill that in. I'm not saying this has to be purple in the color version. I'm just plopping this in for fun. So, Mark, since you just popped on, we are designing backpacks for the characters for Jayvn's comic. We did Jayvn's already. Right now, we're working on Zalam. these are the sketches. Started with these four, and then we merged them together. This is going to be Jayvn's backpack for the Cypher comic. And this one, the idea behind this one, in case I need to reiterate, is Jayvn looks up to Salam. That's his big cousin. That's his homie. So the idea is that he probably would pick a backpack that looks similar to his, because he admires him so much. So that's kind of where that's coming from. But Salam's got his own, his own thing going on with this. I also think he'll probably be, spray painting on this. So we could even include a couple of drips here. Actually, it looks kind of cool. So we'll probably put like a decal on this or something. And, there's probably going to be other bits of graffiti elsewhere. Like I could probably get a brush and really play with that. But I think that this could be cool. And I can fill it with symbolic stuff for the story that you guys aren't even aware of yet. The Big Z gave it away. Fair enough. It probably did give it away. It's not going to be a secret in the comic, though. It's just going to be, he's going to be wearing it. Let me see. I also thought Sasquatch's perfect habitat was my backyard. I thought I could find me a Bigfoot. Oh, that's pretty fun. I remember something. When I was five, I went over to my friend's house, and they had in the backyard, they had this like some sort of spindle that had been left in the wall, and you could just turn around. It's still there apparently 20 years later. But we thought that if we spun it enough, that the thing would like open like Diagon Alley or something, and we would walk into this brand new world. So we were spinning that thing for hours, like don't get tired. We're almost there. Childhood. I also thought the arrowheads I found were from Native Americans that still lived in the woods and just dropped them. They actually were thousands of years old, but it didn't stop me from leaving them out on my back porch so they could pick them up. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool story. I knew a girl whose parents used Voldemort to scare her. Like she thought Voldemort was real and would kidnap bad children. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Ooh, symbolic story stuff. And then Megan's like, I've never seen so much love in a room since Salam discovered himself. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. He's a little bit self-absorbed, I guess. Yeah. I guess you could say that. All right, what do you guys think of this backpack? Well, let's put that on. Let's merge that down. What do you guys think of the backpack options? So far, I think 4 is looking the best, but I don't know. Is there something that I can do to enhance it, make it even better? What do you guys think? Does it fit with the story? Does it look lame? What are your thoughts? Dang, Megan, that's awesome. I'm going to use that with my kids. Why are y'all so mean? I think it's a line from Disney's Hercules. It's a line from Hercules? Really? I've never seen so much love in a room since Cars. Wait, what? Which scene was that in? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I watched Hercules. I should know it, though. Kathy says 4. Amanda says 4. Okay, so we got 2 votes for 4. Does this mean that you think you should keep 4 as it is, or start with this as a base and make some more adjustments? What do you guys think? In the meantime, I'm going to actually slide Jayvn's off, move Salam's up, and now we got to do NZ's and Kairos. Now, these 2 characters, since they're purely side characters, like, I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna even like use them after this cipher. I don't know. But I still want to create something cool for them. We will see. Kathy says, Jordan, that was like your favorite movie. Yes, but I was also 2 years old. And I am almost 30, so forgive me. Lily Sapphire says 4. The baby shower at the start, Hermes says it about narcissists. Okay, yeah, I don't remember that. Hermes giving her flowers at the beginning. I don't remember that at all. It's okay. It's all right. Okay, so let's do Anzi's backpack. I kind of have it settled that I want to do something kind of like this. I don't know why, but I feel like it would really look cool on his design for some reason. There's the rule of cool, I guess. So here's Cairo. We don't have a turnaround for him. We may not need anything outside of a 3/4 rear view. I might just do that. But since he's a minor character, I don't think I'm gonna go so crazy on him. All right. So let's see, how can we do this? I think I'm gonna need to do something like this. Let's start with a little wider than some of the other characters. It's got a little bit of a belly as well. What I'm trying to do here is just kind of get the idea for the width. That's really all I'm focused on. All right, and then let's take this image right here. And let's see what we can do with it. So his can be, I guess it could be a little bit more generic, though there's nothing about this type of backpack that's generic. It probably would be very useful though, if you're carrying quite a few things. Okay, so we're gonna to have stuff on the side here. I want to simplify this these straps if I can, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Yeah, because the straps are going to have to go like this. It actually kind of reminds me of how Kayla's backpack works. It's very similar. 0.42 of this video. What happens? Wait, I'm so lost. What happens at that point? So I knew he was an actor in the movie, but apparently didn't understand special effects or something. So I thought he cared about his art so much that he was willing to die to get the scene. Wow, that's insane. That's so sad. When was this? You said Crouching Tiger. So what was that, like the year 2000? By the way, guys, if you have not already, please like the video. We're doing some fun stuff here, and I think more people need to see it. I know a lot of people watch these streams after the fact. My family and my friends have told me that they watch it after. So hello to you guys. Yeah, like the video. Otherwise, I'll be very sad, and you guys are all responsible for my self-esteem. So yeah, please help a brother out. Oh, the Hermes scene. Okay. Wait, of this video. Did you post a link and I didn't see it? Because when you said this video, I thought you meant this live stream. If you posted a link, I can't see. Oh, by the way, shout out to Mark, because hold on a second. I need to shout you out, bro. Because you did some amazing stuff this week. Let me find it. Let's see. Yeah, dude, you made the freaking water tower like the day I made it. So I seriously appreciate you for that. And I'm thinking about doing something special for you because of this gift. So thank you again for your help, dude. Really, really awesome. And yeah, this is gonna be super helpful for making the comic. So everyone give it up for Mark. Cthulhu says, yes, Mark, epic stuff. That water tower, yes, great job. Woo, yes, it's amazing. Shooketh. Yes, we're all shooketh, man. That was so dope of you. That was so cool. So I'm gonna hit you up later. I got something special for you. All right, so we got Enzi's backpack. Um, he's kind of got this squared off shape like this. So I wonder if we can just put that right here. Honestly, put that here. We can do other little things like here. I don't think I even want to do more than like 2 sketches for Enzi because I don't really care all that much. Sorry, bro. It's like a duffel bag almost, or a sleeping bag. If y'all missed it, it's because you're not on the Discord. Join the Discord. Poor Enzi, more like ends out. Oh wow. Why? Wait, why is he out? I love how he hasn't even said a single line. Or I never even delivered a single line, and you guys are already going like, poor Enzi. But what's funny, I'll throw you this. Enzi does have a moment of shame in the comic. There's something he does that the others are like, dude, really? And and so you guys are actually kind of predicting it a little bit unintentionally. Let's see, how can I get this to look nice? Practicing my ellipses, guys. You know what this looks like, actually? It just reminded me of something. Hold on. Where's my... Doesn't it kind of look like this? Just a little bit. I can make it an Easter egg. Because I love Monsters Inc. You guys don't even understand. I love Monsters Inc. I need to rewatch that one too. Enzi being the target of chat for being a shorty. I just saw your facial expressions for Jayvn just the other day. Super nice work. Oh, thank you. Haha, yeah. Cairo be a Monster Inc. fan. That would be fun, actually. We could, you know what we could do? We could just put a single eye on here for Mike Wazowski. Just do it like that. Actually, this kind of looks like a face. Yeah, why not? Why not? And then we'll have some zippers and stuff here. And then the strap is what's going to be pretty important. So he's going to have to have a strap here and like here, roughly. Because that's going to need to come up like this. Looking at the photo for reference. Actually, we can put the shape of that square with the little clip right here. There we go. Yeah, kind of digging this. So we got a little face here. He'd probably do some graffiti tagging on it. So I actually, this probably is going to be something that's drawn on. Matter of fact, let's take this pink. This magenta. Selected. Something like that. What else can we do? We can actually add some more stuff to it like this. Yeah, just give it a little bit of life. And probably gonna have some other decals here, like some pins or something like that. He probably is a guy that has pins. And then this, yeah, I'll just have to design that buckle later. I might even make it so that it doesn't really show itself too much. Bro, just looked up what Enzi means. It means powerful in Swahili. OMG, you roasting him with his own name. Actually, there is another reason I did that. Not for that reason. That's funny. But I think I'll have to share with you guys later on, because there's something I'm doing with these characters that that no one has caught on to yet. I'm actually kind of surprised. But it has deeper meaning as to why I picked those names. So yeah, this is fun. But I think Cairo, yeah, I think. Oh, this is supposed to be. I meant Cairo this whole time. That's supposed to be Cairo's backpack. Yeah, this is Cairo. I'm sorry. Enzi is the skinny guy over on the side. So yeah, and that's right, Cairo. But I think we figured out his backpack. I think it was so into the name Enzi for this one because what you would call it? Because we just kept talking about him. So yeah, I think this one's looking pretty solid. We'll just stick with that. And now, last but not least, we've got 20 minutes to work on Enzi. And he really needs one because I already kind of drew it out for him right here. So that one's going to be a single strap backpack. Whoa. He's compensating because he can't live up. You guys are great. But yeah, he just looks like a mousy little fella, you know. Part of the goggles that he has was actually it was taken from Atlantis. That the mole guy, you know, he's always like digging and stuff like that. Kind of made me think of that. All right, so this backpack right here is basically what I was envisioning for Enzi. So let's just whip that out real quick. I'll just have this, and I should also just enlarge his character drawing. So he's got very little details on him. He doesn't really have a signature shape, really, except for maybe his hair is very round. So maybe we could play with that. Maybe we can play with the roundness of this backpack. Maybe a circle here that kind of mimics his goggle lens. The thing is, they all need to be able to hold spray paint cans. So, in his case, I probably need a larger thing here. Actually, yeah, let's get rid of this one, because the entire reason he's doing this is to do some spray painting. So I can see him like kind of layering them like this horizontally. If this pocket was big enough. And we could still give him that zipper. I kind of like how the zipper is going across like that. Still give him this. Still give him a little thing here. And all backpacks need another little pocket or something. So let's give him the zipper down here as well. Hmm. I really like this right here, but I think I could. Can I use that for somebody? What would I use that for? I actually kind of like that for Zalam, to be honest with you guys. Maybe what I can do is I can have this shape kind of filled up with these purple spots, and then have the background be like this kind of really abstract kind of design. Maybe I'll do that. Matter of fact, let me just do this real quick while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, just have it. Okay. Not that we're working on Zalam's backpack anymore, but when an idea hits, you gotta talk about it. His hair and goggles are round, so it seems like a solid choice for him. Thank you. Glad you like it. Do you miss art school? Yes, I do miss art school. I miss. I think I miss grad school more, to be honest, because at that point I was really feeling like I was growing, though it was more intense. I miss parts of both. So at RISD, I miss the food at RISD. RISD food was really good. It was actually scary how solid their food was. I miss that. What the heck? Sorry, Siri just turned on. Anyway, what was I saying? The food at RISD. What else did I miss? There's a part of me that misses the variety of the classes you could take there, but there's also a part of me that was like, some of these classes felt like a waste of time. Like how I say this gently, lithography is not my thing, but I took like one or two lithography classes, and it was just not my thing. It was just like, this is a waste. I need to be doing stuff that I'm actually going to use. So I think they probably had too many credits focused on things outside of your major that I didn't like. And, that might have changed since then. I haven't been there in 7 years. So I don't know. It's possibly maybe a little different now. With grad school, I missed the community there. I had a lot of, really cool friends there. Megan can attest to that. We both went to both colleges together, interestingly enough. And then I miss in grad school how people really pushed each other to grow. I think that was probably my favorite part about it. That's why, I talk about Drawhawks Novice and the 2500 challenge on like Art Prof and stuff, because that was such an amazing time where we were all just growing exponentially. And so super, super excellent time in my life. And I do miss it. I'm so jealous you got to take lithography. I wanted to take it so badly. You know what? I would have given you my seat because it was not for me. It really wasn't. I got confused by all the chemicals and stuff. I had a hard time getting the prints to look right when I had to layer them. And one thing about me, you guys, is it's hard to convince me to do something I genuinely don't want to do. And like if I want to watch a movie, I will find a way to watch a movie. But if I don't care enough, I can find many reasons to not watch it. And that is a good and a bad thing, I think. there's probably a lot of things that or a lot of situations that's not good. But that's kind of how I've always been. So I couldn't really get into lithography for that reason. I did take a bookbinding course. It's not lithography, but it was in the printmaking department at the school. And I did think that was much more useful, but it was very difficult for me. It was very difficult. Rizzy's way of handling the sign up of courses and stuff, I'm not going to get into detail because it'd be like the Hoover Dam breaking if it were filled with the tea. Yeah, I actually, I talked about that on one of my videos about, I think, was it either pros and cons of going to art school, or it was one of the art school videos I did like a year or two ago. But I do kind of mention their plan a little bit because the way you pick classes at RISD is like is based on a time slot. And so, you know, freshmen you have the freshman and sophomore year foundation classes, which are whatever, but then you have winter session classes, and usually freshmen I think gets first pick, then seniors, and then juniors and sophomores. So it's purely based on the time you get. And like I remember one time I was a senior, I went to the office and I was like, I've been getting horrible time slots, like I'm not getting the classes I want, and they actually changed it. So that's one thing I really didn't like. I think part of that is because they the part they don't have enough teachers, I think, to make it so that everyone can be in the class that wants to be. That was something in grad school that wasn't the case. So I really appreciated that. It was much easier to get the classes that you wanted. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough for in those ways, you know. I'm looking at this orange kind of design down here, kind of getting inspiration for that. It kind of looks like a pear. Probably because I'm hungry. Yeah, and literally in 10 minutes, guys, I'm about to start make some dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna make. Probably a pasta or something, but yeah, I need some sustenance in me. I'm gonna hold out. I got 13 minutes. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm doing intermittent fasting. I want to have something kind of squarish right here. What this will be, I don't know, but could be anything. Yeah. So, let's do one more backpack for Enzi, and then we will go through and see what we've done. Which is, I'm pretty excited. We did 4 backpacks in 2 hours and did multiple sketches for each. So, with the exception of Kairos, but yeah, pretty excited with that. I made a fancy grilled cheese for dinner. It was so tasty. Pasta sounds good. Grilled cheese is good. I don't have any vegan cheese on me. I have to go to the store for that. Oh my gosh, war flashbacks, right? If lots of people wanted it, they just open more sections. Yeah. But that had to be lots of people. They had to be like double the normal class amount, I think, right? I personally don't miss art school, though have good memories, but I do miss hanging with my homies like Jordan. I miss hanging with you too, Megan. I miss that too. There was a lot of stressful parts of art school. I'm not going to lie. Art school is very expensive for one, and there's a lot of stress that comes from the idea that you only have 4 years to make it. I think that's one thing that I don't know if anyone says that verbatim, but it's a feeling that you get where you're like, okay, freshman year. Like I remember freshman year, didn't learn a whole lot that was really going to apply to my career. But I was like, okay, it's freshman year. Everyone's like that. Sophomore year went by, same thing. And then junior year came by and I'm struggling to get the classes I want. And then you start freaking out. And you're like, oh shoot, how am I going to get ready? And so that can be really scary when you're in that situation. But you know, I think it's hard to learn any trade like that in 4 years and expect to be a master. That's gonna be tough. Let's see. I could see Enzi doing something like this actually. For this one, is that kind of what I did? Slightly more angled to what I did here. I might actually give this a couple of angles. Oh, this is actually kind of cool too. Let's try this. I'm gonna put that off to the side here, and I'm gonna just draw it over this way. But yeah, deadlines are insane. I think that was also one thing from RISD that I really didn't like. There were some projects that realistically should have taken a whole semester that they expected in a week. Megan and Kathy both know which class I'm talking about, but there was a drawing class I took from a teacher, and I had such a hard time in that class. I legitimately thought about quitting art permanently. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm gonna find something else to do. It was very depressing. and he would expect these very massive drawings that were perfectly shaded to make it look like a Chris Van Allsburg or something, and and trying to do that in a week on top of learning all the stuff that you need to learn was very difficult. Some people did well in that. Me personally, it just made me want to quit because I didn't enjoy it. It was not fun for me. Not to say that every art thing I do has to be fun. You know, like sometimes the stuff I do at the places I work at any job, is not very fun, but there's something enjoyable I can take out of it. You know, Shadowbox is probably the only project that is exclusively fun for me because it's, you know, optional, and that kind of that makes it better. But yeah, it's a mess. I feel like they need business management and other aspects to successfully maneuver the art world. That's true. I think business and business classes will be wonderful in art school because they usually bring this stuff on you like in your last semester. And for you to expect to know all the ins and outs of how freelance versus finding a job, getting your portfolio together, all that stuff is very stressful on a student. And I think they should be. I think they should be learning certain things earlier in small ways, right? Like you could teach someone about contracts in sophomore year or something, and kind of keep that up throughout, just little bits of things like that, instead of a random liberal art class that you don't really need. If you're going to take a liberal class, I think it should be like I liked how they did at my grad school. They had like history of video games or history of visual development, and they had things that actually felt more useful to me. Maybe that's just my opinion, though. Kathy says toxic. Yes, that is so true. Oh yeah, I had to do a life-size full-body portrait oil and painting in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's really asking a lot. And I think in art school, the purpose should be to learn, not to stress out. And for some people, especially me, I can't learn if I'm stressed. That's one thing I know about myself. If you expect me to pick this thing up and then you like pick up a brand new skill or whatever, and then you expect me to do it quickly under a tight deadline, and then you're going to stress me on like verbally, like it's just not going to work. It's just not. So yeah, I had issues there. That's probably the professor we had the biggest disagreement on. I voluntarily work with him. That piece got Society of Illustrators too. Yeah, I know. We definitely disagree. It stressed me out. I'm glad that you got a lot out of it. For me, it made me want to quit. And you know, like yeah, it was rough. It was rough. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave it here for the NZ backpack sketches. Tell me which one you guys like. The whole concept behind this one was just a single strap, so you guys can see it in his design how it's gonna look. It's gonna be more detailed, obviously, when I do a 3/4 rear view of him. But yeah, what do you guys think? Knowing how contracts work doesn't help much if you're doing work that's in line with the pipeline. Despite a class we took that we both didn't like, editorial, he did that right. Well, maybe, because most people do contract work in the industry. Animation, especially, it's mostly contract work. There's very few people that have full-time, 9-to-5s at Nickelodeon. There are some that do, but there are many who are just like, you got 6 months, you got a year, or whatever. And reading those contracts are very important. And if you're going to do freelance to make ends meet, learning that stuff is really big. If you're not doing work that's in the pipeline, okay, that changes the whole context. Megan says, I like one, like liking the slim look. 2 is a little busy. Okay, fair enough. Let me see. Even learning how to write grants, that would have been really useful. I definitely would have taken a grant writing class over a certain art history class. We call it the history of boat making. Interesting, because that's all the professor talked about. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty intense. I don't know if grants would have been helpful for my field, but I do understand what you're saying. 3 looks like a ukulele case. What? That's pretty funny. I would have expected you to say 2 was like a ukulele case. That's hilarious. One works well with his shapes. Okay, well, sometimes you get it on the first try. Excellent. So let's do this. Let's show all of the work that we've done. So first off, actually, let's put these side by side. All right. This is actually pretty exciting, guys. We did a lot of stuff today. Let's see. All right, so as we lay it out, first off, we got Jayvn's backpack. And then for Zalam, we got this one right here. Oops. And then for Cairo, we pretty much just stuck with this. And then for Enzi, we got that. So that's the backpack. Those are the backpacks of the whole crew. So let's check out Jayvn's, put that next to him. I think that's pretty fitting. Looks pretty cool. I might turn this one into a triangle with this top design. We'll see. I don't know. Zalam. Yeah, I think that also looks pretty cool. I could see that. Cairo. Yep, that's working. Enzi. Yeah, I'm actually very satisfied with these. So yeah, I think that does it for the day. I want to thank you guys very, very much for watching the stream, joining me, and helping me, giving me feedback. I really appreciate it. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you guys' feedback when working on stuff like this, because usually I just second guess myself all the time, and I have to text 4 or 5 friends like, what you think, and then wait for their response. You guys are right on it every single time, so that's super dope. Amanda says, God designed the designs for the art book. Exactly for the art book. So with that said, guys, if you haven't, please like the video, share it with your friends if you want to give them an experience and show them what Shadowboxers is, because we're trying to get it to grow. I still haven't heard from you guys about whether or not I should stream next week, so I'm going to assume that I should, unless you guys tell me otherwise. We can talk about it in the Discord later. And other than that, I hope you have a great night, everyone. Take care, and see you next time. Peace.